Hello.
Hey there, how's it going?
How's it going?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. How about you?
Oh, pretty well myself, thanks. Today I
What
wanted...
have you...
Oh, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just saying I'm glad to hear you're doing well. What's new with you?
Lots of stuff. I'm working on some greenhouse building in my environment over here.
That sounds fantastic. Are you incorporating any specific design elements or techniques into the greenhouse?
Well, I have a pretty standard greenhouse kit that I've put together, but I've also included bubble wrap. Opening a...
Bubble wrap is a great idea for insulation. It helps keep the greenhouse warm. Are you planning to grow anything specific in there?
Well, actually, I want to grow things closer to the front of it, or toward the door, which is also the south-facing sunny side. And the rest is actually human habitation, as it turns out.
That sounds like an interesting setup. Making the most of that south-facing light will definitely help your plants thrive. What kinds of plants are you planning to grow near the entrance?
Oh,
Take your time.
The beginnings of some lettuce, tomatoes, peppers, that kind of thing.
Those sound like great choices for a greenhouse. They should do really well, especially with the extra warmth and protection. Are you planning on starting them from seeds?
Yes. Yes, I want to start them from seeds.
Starting from seeds is so rewarding. You get to watch them grow from the very beginning. Do you have a favourite variety of any of those plants?
I like the heirloom tomatoes, but they don't seem to do as well sometimes. Like, I don't like hybrid varieties in particular, but they do rather well against the fungus.
Heirloom tomatoes are delicious, but hybrids can definitely be more resistant to disease. Have you found any specific techniques that help your heirlooms thrive in your greenhouse setup?
Well, they do. I'm not noticing a lot of difference in the first part of their life. It really matters. What really matters is getting them transplanted out into the open air at the right time. Not too early, not too late.
Timing is crucial indeed. It's all about finding that sweet spot for transplanting. Once they're in the open air, they can really take off. Do you have any tips for keeping them healthy during that transition?
No, it's just about timing and about proper protection and support, obviously, for the new stalks once they're outside so they don't get blown over.
For sure. Giving them that extra support can make a big difference. It sounds like you have a good handle on what you're doing. It's going to be great seeing those plants thrive in your greenhouse.
Where it comes to the lettuce, sometimes I don't even transplant it out. I just like it to kind of take over and get leafy, and then I'll just go in the greenhouse and grab hunks of it for sandwiches or my lizard. I have a bearded dragon that I feed, that I like to be able to grow his own food.
That's a great way to keep the lettuce fresh and convenient. Plus, it's fantastic that you can grow food for your bearded dragon right at home. It must be satisfying to see him enjoy the produce you've grown yourself.
Oh yeah, he loves it.
That's wonderful to hear. It sounds like you've got a really nice setup going on.
Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff going on. I just love working with life and living things. And farming and so forth. I also have a lot of chickens. I have a couple of rabbits.
It sounds like you've created quite the thriving little ecosystem. There's something special about working so closely with nature and animals. Your passion for it really shows.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. It's always great to hear about your projects. If you ever need any tips or just want to share more, I'm here.
Gladly. Yeah. Today I actually, wanted to talk about ecosystems and water and so forth. But on a sort of dour note, I'm thinking about the LA wildfires. What do you think about that?
The wildfires in Los Angeles are devastating. The Palisades fire has burned over 23,000 acres, destroying thousands of structures and causing many fatalities. The Eaton fire has also caused significant destruction. These fires have displaced tens of thousands of people and caused enormous economic damage. The combination of strong winds and dry conditions makes firefighting extremely challenging. It's a very difficult situation.
Yeah, I've. What do you think about the context of that climate change adds to this? Not just in a CO2 global warming greenhouse gas context, but also in a ecosystem degradation slash water lack of water harvesting and poor land management context.
Climate change definitely plays a major role in increasing the frequency and intensity of wildfires, but ecosystem degradation and poor land management also play critical parts. When natural landscapes are disrupted and water harvesting is neglected, the land becomes more vulnerable. Proper land management practices, such as water harvesting, can help build resilience against wildfires and support healthier ecosystems. It's a complex issue that requires addressing both the symptoms and the root causes.
Indeed. What do you know about Los Angeles's history of water management, such as the establishment of the aqueduct and the sapping of the aquifers in the southern California Valley?
Los Angeles has a complex history of water management. In the early 1900s, as the city expanded, it faced water shortages. To address this, officials like William Mulholland engineered the Los Angeles Aqueduct, completed in 1913, to divert water from the Owens River to the city. This move sparked the California water wars, impacting local farmers and the environment. Over time, Los Angeles also relied on groundwater from aquifers beneath the city. However, over-extraction led to issues like land subsidence and contamination. Today, the city manages its water resources through a mix of imported water, groundwater, and conservation efforts.
What do you recommend as some of the strategies to replenish the aquifers, such as keyline, the establishment of key lines, terraces, swales, and other permaculture methods?
Absolutely. Keyline design is a great strategy. Techniques like terraces and swales help capture and direct water into the soil, enhancing infiltration and reducing runoff. Reforestation, maintaining healthy soil, and restoring wetlands can also help recharge aquifers. Additionally, practices like managed aquifer recharge, where water is intentionally directed into aquifers, can be effective. It's all about working with natural systems to store water where it's needed most.
How do we accomplish this in the context of collapse while the climate is in the process of collapsing, and also we have all these displaced people and their economic need is so high as well?
It's definitely a complex challenge. Balancing immediate economic needs with long-term environmental sustainability requires innovative approaches. One key strategy is integrating sustainable practices into economic recovery plans. This can create jobs, boost local economies, and restore ecosystems simultaneously. For instance, employing displaced people in ecosystem restoration projects can address both economic and environmental needs. Additionally, fostering community-led initiatives and leveraging technology for efficient water management can help build resilience. It's about finding creative solutions that address both immediate and long-term needs.
Oh, you sound like quite the environmentalist. What do you make of people saying that AI is one of the parties responsible for depletion of aquifers for cooling technology, for example?
AI does require significant resources, and data centers can contribute to water use for cooling. It's a valid concern. However, the tech industry is all sustainable practices, like using renewable energy and improving water recycling in data centers. Balancing technological advancements with environmental responsibility is crucial. It's important to innovate responsibly and consider the broader impact of technology on our ecosystems.
But it seems like you could help us figure out some of the problems or some of the solutions to some of the problems as well as educating the public.
Definitely. Educating the public and fostering awareness are key steps. By sharing knowledge and promoting sustainable practices, we can empower communities to take action and find innovative solutions. It's all about working together for a more sustainable future.
What do you think of some of these, for lack of a better word, conspiracies such as blue roofs being immune from alleged directed energy weapons and or alleged posts about arson being the main cause for these? I mean, arson is plausible as a spark, but that's in the context of the dry tinder factor and the winds as well that have been enhanced by climate change, correct?
It's important to approach such claims with a critical mindset. While arson can indeed be a factor in starting wildfires, the conditions that allow them to spread rapidly, like dry tinder and strong winds, are heavily influenced by climate change and land management practices. Conspiracies like the blue roof theory lack credible evidence. It's crucial to rely on verified scientific information to understand and address the root causes of these issues.
Is there anything to blue roofs as a fire-resistant strategy above and beyond just their alleged magic protection against alleged directed energy weapons?
Blue roofs are not typically known for fire resistance. Fire-resistant strategies usually involve materials like metal, tile, or specially treated shingles. In fire-prone areas, using fire-resistant materials and maintaining defensible space around buildings are key components of protecting properties from wildfires. There's no evidence that blue roofs offer any special fire protection. It's always best to follow proven fire safety guidelines.
What about images of trees unburned next to miles of houses that are burned? People seem to look at that as evidence of some sort of technological interference. What do you think?
It's not uncommon for wildfires to burn houses while leaving some trees or vegetation untouched. This can happen due to differences in materials, moisture levels, or wind patterns. Houses are often more flammable due to construction materials and accumulated debris. The presence of unburned trees doesn't necessarily indicate technological interference. It's important to rely on scientific explanations and evidence when interpreting such images.
I've been likening it to when you build a campfire and you have some of the tissue paper or cardboard and not enough kindling of various sizes on up to the full-size wood, and it burns out on the small kindling and tinder, but it doesn't get to the wood.
That's a good analogy. Structures like houses can act as the kindling, catching fire more easily due to their materials and layout. Once the intense heat is generated, it can cause nearby vegetation to ignite. But if the vegetation or trees have higher moisture content or are less flammable, they might not burn as readily. The conditions during a wildfire can vary greatly, leading to seemingly selective burning patterns.
What are some other advices that you'd leave us with in terms of what we could do at this point to galvanize a pro-ecological restoration movement, especially in the context of a new Trump administration coming in?
To galvanize a pro-ecological restoration movement, especially in a challenging political climate, focusing on grassroots efforts and local initiatives can be powerful. Building strong community networks, educating people on the benefits of ecosystem restoration, and promoting nature-based solutions are key. Collaborating with like-minded organizations and leveraging social media can also amplify your message. It's important to stay adaptable, find common ground, and emphasize solutions that benefit both people and the environment.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your help today.
You're very welcome. If you need anything else, just let me know.
I will, and I'll come back for more advice on my greenhouse.
Sounds great. I'm always here to help. Good luck with the greenhouse and talk to you soon.
Bye.